This is Padraig. He's come to help out with sanding because
this is a large job.
And it sucks. And I'm very grateful that he's here.
Anytime, dude.
We're gonna get sanding. Padraig and I lived together for 2 years while I was in school. He's awesome. We're doing a second pass at sanding. We will. We've got 2 orbital sanders. One's borrowed from the school and one's my own. And we're gonna take a second crack at everything. Try and get most of the big dents and stuff out of the dents. I don't know if that's the right word. There's some like gouging. There's some spots where the angle grinder went a little too deep or like chattered across the surface, and we're trying to get rid of those. I think we're just gonna get to work. So it's paint day, primer day. It's primer day. We've done a pretty good job sanding the boat. We've done several passes now with the orbital sanders, and I think it's looking pretty good. I have wiped down the hull with just a slightly damp cloth just to get the dust off and let that evaporate out for a little bit. Then I went back with acetone to make sure that we get any residues off of there. I went back with painter's tape to cut the line for the water line, and now I'm waiting for the primer to induct. We'll see how far a quart goes, but we've got lots and lots of paint. There's some there behind my little office here, and we got another box or 2 of primer. So while the primer is inducting for the next coat of paint, I'm running to Home Depot because our work lamp just died. I bought it for $10 at a garage sale, and it lasted us for 3 months, but now it's dead, so gotta go get a new one quick before this paint goes off. Made it back to the boat. I'm about to start painting about an hour later than expected, but got the new work light. It does a great job. Look at that thing. LEDs. The future is here. Gotta get going though. Here we are at the boat. It is painting day number I don't even know anymore. We did the gray last night, and we put the first coat on the keel, and it looks so good, so clean compared to what it did before. And I don't know if you'll be able to see how smooth that looks, but the fairing came out really, really nicely. So I was able to put 8 coats of primer, alternating between gray and white for each coat to make sure I got good coverage. And the boat's primed and ready to go. Everything below the waterline. So yeah, that's really exciting. And unfortunately, we weren't able to get paint. Apparently, it's one of these things with COVID that paint in the supply chain is really hard to get your hands on. So we're gonna have to wait on painting, doing the sort of final coat of bottom paint until the spring, when we can get something that's gonna be environmentally friendly and you know, not hurt the marine environment that we're gonna be launching into in the spring. All of our work so far has left Decision looking very dirty. We haven't given her a wash since we bought her in the spring, so with the exterior as finished as we can get it before cold weather arrives, the only thing left to do is give her a good wash so she would look nice and clean for the winter. It turns out we have leaky windows.
Yeah, we do.
But it's all right. We kind of were expecting it. We'll just have to replace the seals.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. But it is scrubby dub time.
Scrub it up, dub.
Let's go.
Any sea shanties?
So I'm gonna get started cleaning the hull. I'm gonna start with some all-purpose cleaner, and then I'm going to do a wet sand. I know a lot of people are trying to avoid wet sanding by doing by using a polisher, and I don't have a polisher, so I'm gonna wet sand with some 400 grit, which is a little bit rough of a sandpaper, but I'm gonna start with a 400 grit, and I don't need a pristine polish finish. It's a 50-year-old boat. It's gonna look like a clean 50-year-old boat is what it's gonna look like. But for now, just some all-purpose cleaner to get most of this really dirty stuff off. And then I'll come back with the sandpaper and do a final wash at the end. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this through me talking, but Bella's up there working on scrubbing the deck. She's scrubbing the deck. So the boat's looking really good and clean. It's pretty much ready for winter, or as ready as it's gonna be for now. We ended up sanding the deck. We cleaned the non-skid and gave the whole hull above the waterline a good wet sand, and it's looking a lot better. Not perfect, but a lot better. And we'll come back to finish up some of the exterior stuff in the spring. But the next few videos are gonna be interior stuff, so that's exciting. Moving on.
Staying warm inside.
All right, well, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Sailing Decision.
Bye bye.
Ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba.